Hello, good afternoon, guys. Rudy here with your Icemelt. This is a somewhat quick and dirty video update. It is early November and got to swing around, or like as you can see, we have a little bit of snow laying around, but only in the areas that don't get hit by the sun. You can see here, all this part here is getting direct sun, and over here, shade, somewhat shade, the snow remains. So it is that time of year where change is about to happen, and we take things on a daily basis. What do we do? How we do things? So since I've spoken to you last, and as you have seen last, we have mowed this lawn here. There's some more leaves here. It's not too bad. I may get around to do one more leaf cut, or leaf cleanup, or like final mow. And as you can hear, the geese are on their way heading south. Somewhere over there. And then, so a lot of trees have dropped their leaves, but this willow here is like super late, like somewhat like late November. Typically when the snow has fallen already and is like on the ground, that's when those leaves drop. Excuse me. So, and then over here, we had mowed this guy here, as you have seen on one of the videos, but now we have some more leaves from this mountain ash. There's still a few leaves up there, but like a good bunch have dropped just around the tree here. I might run the lawnmower again just to chop those guys off. So that's that. Then I have all those boxes, bins, totes, whatever you want to call them, that I had from the we did a rock bed redo, pulled out all the rock, we saved them, and in the meantime we had to store the rocks on site. Top enough wouldn't do it, so I bought all those boxes or totes here, 32 31 or 32 altogether, and those kind of projects are kind of like fun in between, and I don't really have much purpose or intention keeping those boxes around. Trying to clean them up as good as possible to make them look not used, and trying to return them, because I don't want to have those sitting around just in case we have another project, because those kind of like projects are like really fun in between, and I'm not too sure when the last project is gonna come next where we would utilize those totes. And then, so wish me luck on that return. And then we have here, there's a deposit on that pallet. That pallet came with paver slabs, concrete slabs, big nasty heavy stuff. So we have that, I think like 30 or 35 bucks deposit on that pallet. So I'm gonna return that. Then another job related return or purchase was those PVC pipes, 1 inch diameter. They were also for that project with the paver slabs. So that is that. And now I'm gonna talk to you about my Icemelt spreaders and what works, what doesn't work. So here you guys, I keep this. This is an earthway spreader, and this guy here, a Chapin. First looks, this is like way more heavy duty than this guy, also bigger. But as I tell you, bigger is not always better. So I tell you why. Tell you why I keep the earthway and I'm selling the Chapin. So I believe, I don't even know the rating for this, but this kind of like seems half of the size of the Chapin, maybe like 50 pounds or 45, I don't know. I know this one is rated for 100 pounds. So as you can see, tires are way beefier than this guy here, as the size of the hopper way bigger than this. From build design, they both have the T-handle. There's a little bit more swing to it. They both have like the lever for opening the floodgates, so to speak, like that. This one here, the Chapin, is stainless steel. I probably used this like once or twice, and I didn't like it. I'll tell you why in a second. So as you can see, this guy, the earthway here, fair amount of rust. So I've had this for multiple years, and I'm trying to squeeze every little thing out of it, because those suckers, I think new, this sells for about $500+ Canadian, and this one for like 770. Insane. So yeah. Okay, so what I also like better about the earthway spreader, I do need a skirt or baffle, whatever they call it, those flaps here. So both have it, but this guy here, the Chapin, it's a little, yeah. So anyways, so when you disengage them, you basically fold them up. And this guy here is based on friction. You have those two holders or thingies here per flap or skirt, and they're like tight, so they stay up when you fold them over. The only thing is, on this guy, you see this is broken off here already. So this guy here was initially over here, but when you move it, because this guy is like a little flimsy and brittle, so if you're not careful, that's a breaking point right there, breaking point. So I moved this over here. It still works as intended, it just doesn't look new. Anyways, has no impact on performance when you spread it and when you want to utilize this good. Anyway, so this guy here, way better, but I had to modify it so those flaps stay up. So what I did is put those hooks in there in the hopper, and then with just like zip ties, it works. So obviously I could probably do the same here, just loosen those guys so it's basically loose, and it would fall down by gravity or like when you move it around. And I would basically just also put a hook in there and like do the same solution as this one here. But what I find, 100 pounds is not what I actually need, because typically when we spread Icemelt, I don't need 100 pounds per property, right? Sometimes I don't even need a full hopper of this. So this is like way too big, way too heavy for our use. And I need a somewhat lighter build, the way we store it in the Sprinter, like on the side of the wall, so we can move in and out with the snowblowers and stuff. So the Chapin is a little bit too heavy for that way, the way it sits in the Sprinter. Plus, the biggest thing is, you see this? I don't know what this is called. Like here, the opening for the material. So on the earthway, it is like right on the bottom floor, right on the bottom floor. And here, let's take off the cover. Let's take it off. Okay. And I don't need the grate. Grate comes out too. Okay. So here on the Chapin, you see it is somewhat. I mean, like the direct opening is right on the bottom here, but because it is a bigger hopper. Okay, let's put them side by side. For some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, it is easier to, like when I go from property to the next property, this needs to be empty, right? Because like it sits slightly slanted on the wall, in the Sprinter there. So it's kind of like slanted. And I don't want to have Icemelt all over the van there, inside. So once I'm done on a property, the hopper needs to be empty, right? So what I found, the residue left, or like the amount of Icemelt left in the Chapin is way harder to completely empty compared to the earthway spreader there. Mostly because this is easier to basically do the so-called Icemelt spreader dance when you basically chuck it or like flap it around, just to get the material move over so it falls through the opening there. So with this being a heavier build, this is harder to do. Of course, you don't want to wreck the unit doing that. So anyways, I found this one is way harder to completely empty compared to this guy here. So that's the biggest flaw in design besides the skirt. But as we talked about the skirt, I probably could do as I mentioned. Anyways, I don't know if the earthway comes in the stainless steel version. I have to check that out. Hopefully I can get one more season out of it. I already had to fix it a few times because of rust. Icemelt corrodes stuff. So the rust is eating away on the connectors. But to wrap it up, I'm trying to get some more, at least, hopefully one more season out of it, like the coming snow season here. That would be nice. Again, new, they retail for about, like the Earthway retails for about like 520, whatever, like 500 plus Canadian. So I should probably buy another one, because the most dangerous number in business is 1. So if this would break down in the middle of the season, that wouldn't be good. Because I don't know how, like sometimes things are not available overnight, right? And sometimes you need to sample. You don't want to sample finicky stuff after a long day out in the field. Yeah, so that's the note to myself, to probably order another one as a backup unit. So there you have it, guys. Somewhat quick and dirty update, early November. Actually, as a matter of fact, to close it out, yesterday, because as you can see, snow. We did have some snow on the concrete surfaces yesterday morning, so I did go out the first time, which also gave me the opportunity to check any new properties and how to deal with the snow removal there, because like every time you're taking on a client, you may not swing by for real, but just look at it on satellite and street view and stuff. And then going there first time, oh, this is different than I anticipated. Or where do we even put the snow? I thought this was way different. Anyways, so that was yesterday. This week, probably a mishmash of more fall cleanups and like final yard work. Most lawn areas are clear of snow, at least in town, in the city. And so this week will be kind of like a mix, depending how quick temperatures warm up in the morning, because we have frosty nights and frosty mornings, and then depending on how quick things warm up in the morning, we can go out and do the fall work. And then there's some more snow forecasted for Tuesday. Who knows what happens there? Could be a dump, could be nothing, could be things that melt in a few hours, anything in between. So we may be back Wednesday with fall, but maybe not. But Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday, very likely, as we are supposed to hit. Forecast is like calling like for 15 Celsius, that is 15 degrees Celsius on Thursday, like low teens on Friday, and something like that on Saturday. So good conditions for yard work to wrap things up for clients. So that's this week, and we basically take it one day at a time. And with that, so if you're like local and if you see this video, hit me up. If you want to buy this, take a look at it. I'm selling, this is listed right now on Marketplace for $500. Again, this is, new is $770. Insane amount for a piece of plastic and metal like this. Anyways, if you're interested, hit me up. I'll talk to you in the next one. Over and out. Rudy here with your yard service. And let me see if I can catch those.